You got it facing me though.
Let's
Here
see
we
how
go.
long
There you
it
go.
is. See the
You know, stock here. One thing, we was talking about 13 last week. Go to second Ezra 15. You really, you know what I'm saying?
Second Ezra 15?
15
Oh, yeah.
verses.
Oh, yeah, that's
versus,
the whole chapter.
Yeah, but I'm saying the 15 is divided in different, well, I'm talking about the chariots. If you go to like from 37 to 45, 44 like that, that really gets into it, you know?
Well,
that's why they don't want the Apocrypha in the Bible, because Esau's like, you will never know, you know what I'm saying? Let me explain myself a little better. When you go in the scripture says, he thinks he's going to live forever, he's going to rule forever. If you look at the Apocrypha and some of these scriptures and these prophecies, that's why they took it out, because you wouldn't know.
Right.
But
right.
Go ahead.
They took it out. One reason why they took it out, because they named names. They named Alexander.
That too.
In the scriptures, they don't mention Alexander. They say the king of Greca,
right.
or the
first Maccabees.
He goes right. But in the Maccabees, it mentions Philip of Macedonia, Antiochus Epiphanes. So these are all historical accounts.
Right. Yeah. Name names. It exposes Esau for the goddamn beast that he is. You know what I'm saying? Even when you go to it tells you was it Second Maccabees 6 and 10? Right?
Yeah.
Something like that. It tells you how it said that Philip found them and they burned them alive. Right. It just shows you the evil.
That's in well, the Maccabees did that to the Edomites. In was it Second Maccabee 5. They went up in the town. You can go to it.
No.
You can go to it actually.
I'm not disputing it.
Yeah.
I'm not disputing it. I'm saying.
I believe it's Second Maccabee 5.
Now I was saying you were talking about names.
Right.
So one of them, the example that I was giving you, which really shows about how you have Israelite Gentiles, is Second Maccabees 6. I'm gonna get it. 6. Second Maccabees chapter 6, starting from 6 down to 10.
You want to read that?
Yeah, I'll read it. Okay.
Listen up, y'all.
Second Maccabees chapter 6, verse 6 says, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. Right? Verse 7. And in that day of the king's birth, every month they were brought to bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices. And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy. Verse 8. Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighboring cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices. And whoso would not conform to the manners of the Gentiles should be put to death. That's the main part right there. That a man should see the present misery. Now, this shows you that you were really terrorized into, this is what you have an Israelite Gentile. That's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if you can't call yourself a Jew, what are you calling yourself? A Greek. Back then it was a Greek.
Right.
That's why the Apostle Paul said there's no difference between a Jew and a Greek.
Right, exactly.
Why?
Exactly.
He also said you were Gentile.
Right.
So what does that mean? He said you were Gentile.
Right.
It goes back to that history.
What Antiochus Epiphanes did with that order is happening right now.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah, because they're making it to the point where if you don't take it, you're not going to be able to function in your everyday affairs.
Hey, but the longer they wait, the more people are not believing this shit, man.
And what you just read there, ultimately it's going to come down to death.
Yeah.
Either you take this stab and jab or
die.
Yeah, we'll get Revelation 20 verse 4.
Yep. It's going to come down to death.
It says some of us is going to be thrown into dungeons, prisons, concentration camps, and some of us is going to get our head chopped off.
Right.
This, Salaki, there's one more that I
Go
want.
ahead.
This
Go
is the
ahead.
one that I was talking about. Verse 11. It says, "And others that had run together into caves nearby to keep the Sabbath day secretly, being discovered to Philip, were all burnt together." That's what I'm saying. Like you said, it names. Philip, Ptolemy, Alexandra, etc., etc., etc.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's why they took it. Exactly.
That's why they took it out. Yep.
Exactly.
Well,
Too
you always bring
explicit.
that history up. Bible destruction book.
Yeah, biblical.
1865, I think it was.
Yep. So that's when they disbanded. It was 1776, and they disbanded 1825. I think
When they
50
took out
years.
the Apocrypha.
Yeah, 50 years later. Yep.
Revelation 20 and 4. The fourth, right?
Yeah, focus.
Revelation 20 and 4. "And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands."
So there's gonna come a point where they're gonna say, if you don't take that jab, we're gonna chop your head off. We're gonna use that guillotine.
Right. Yeah.
So be ready to die, man.
That's it.
Yeah, they
And-
brought out, we did this years ago, they brought out about the concentration camps, they got torture rooms in there.
Oh, give me Revelation 2:10.
And you had this sister, she had a dream, and she, let me see if I remember, she said she was brought into this room, and there was a whole bunch of people, and they were taken into another room, and she said all she heard was screams. Those, that's what she said. She heard screams. So that's those individuals that's not going to take it, being terrorized, being tortured. And they showed you that in the movie 1984.
Yeah.
Winston.
Room 101 is it?
Yeah, Room 101. Winston was being what? He was being tortured.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, there you go. There you go.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and 2. "It is better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay to his heart.
Yeah, read that
Read
again.
that again. Yeah.
It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men,
End of all men.
and the living will lay it to his heart."
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're laying it to our heart now that we can be put to death.
Yeah.
Give me Revelation.
Revelation.
2:10.
We're in the house of mourning now.
Yeah.
This truth ain't supposed to be a...
Hell, my back is more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you got a lot of Israelites, right? A lot of Israelites, that's why I say this. They don't understand what they're involved in.
Yeah.
They think that to come into this thing, you're supposed to have a good old time. Nah, you caught hell in the world. Now you really don't catch hell.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have to be purified and tested at the same time.
It's a purge.
It's a purge, man. This is like the Roman Catholic Church, they had the doctrine of purgatory.
Yeah.
This is purgatory. Purgatory means
Right.
purge, cleanse.
And this,
Purgatory is not.
and this Edomite is not going to stop until he gets everybody jabbed.
Oh, yeah.
And he's having a hard time with that. Them Edomites there, over there in Europe, and France and Germany and different areas, Greece, they're going head to head with them cops.
They bucking up.
So
over
them
there, right?
Edomites over there know something that the average American don't know about, man. They're not going to stop, man. They're going because why? Why aren't they going to stop? Because it's the Most High's mark.
That's it.
And it's the Most High's will on them.
Yeah.
It's
Most High put the
Yep.
spirit on this
Put the
devil.
spirit on it.
Yeah.
Really, the devil's doing the will of the Most High.
That's it. That's a lesson right there.
That's the ultimate test.
That's it.
The devil is doing the will of the Most High.
Well, like the Apostle Paul said, whoever resisted his will, whether it be the left-hand side or the right-hand side, he controls both sides, so who can resist his will?
Right.
Neither on the left, neither on the right.
Right.
You on the left, you're like, I'm not doing your will.
Yeah, which is Esau.
On your left.
Esau, most Edomites on a low level don't understand that they're doing the will of the Most High.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The elite, the Rothschilds, they know exactly what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they know they're going to fail, but guess what? The Most High going to put the spirit on them anyway.
We know what you're doing, white ass.
Hey, the same way the Lord gonna put the spirit on their armies to fight Yahweh. You don't see all that great power. The chariots gonna be doing that
Oh,
thing.
man.
The
Well, they're
angels
gonna
gonna
look, but they're gonna look to turn back.
Right, right, yeah,
They're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
look to retreat. They're gonna
Yep.
say retreat. The commanding retreat, retreat.
Right.
They're gonna go to retreat,
Right.
and the angel
You know the
there
angel-
is gonna take control of it and make them go straight
Yep.
head on.
Yeah.
And get busted up.
He gonna get
Who
taken.
have resisted
Who
His
has
will.
resisted
That's right.
His will.
And they're gonna take control of the control panel. You know, they're gonna go right, and it's gonna bring them back to the left.
And some of them, they're going to think, I can defeat this. I can do. Because
Right.
that the scriptures, Obadiah, the pride
Of thine heart,
Esau,
Pride of thy heart.
the pride of thine heart have what?
deceives thee.
Deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Even after we come down, hold up, brother. I can
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Even after we come down,
Yep.
if you got the precept, you can bring it up. It's in Revelation.
Yep.
Yep.
When we come back down to earth and we go right, and we go to gather, we got to gather the Europeans, right? The Edomites, because these crackers over here are going to be toasted, right? So we got to go to Europe and gather them up. Do you know they're going to be starting fights with us? They're going to fight against us,
Starts at 20.
and that's going to be fun because we're going to
But
have
that's what you
spiritual
want.
power.
You want
That's
to.
gonna be, and that's gonna be right. That's gonna be X-Men in living color, man.
Oh, yeah.
For real.
Yeah, you want to
These-
ornery,
And the
Yeah.
ornery devil.
Yeah, you
Hey.
want an ornery devil.
Hey, Yahweh
The
Shai
fun is
gonna-
breaking them.
Hey, Yahweh
That's
gonna
the
say, these Edomites and their guns.
Yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
They're gonna be shooting, and them same shots that they shooting, they're gonna turn right back around and fuck their
Well,
ass.
Ezra said that. Well, all the armies came against him. He needed lifted up. How's it? Ezra said
Sword-
that? He saw it
sword
in the
or-
vision.
yeah.
You need
Yeah.
a lifted up sword.
Well, that's the same precept where it said that they were afraid, but yet
There's
there's fight.
fight, yeah.
Why? Because the Most High, the Spirit, got in them to make them come to Him.
Yeah.
So where we at?
You called the.
Revelation chapter 9, verse 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues.
That's some Europeans, some other nations, the Edomites, the Moabites. Go ahead.
Yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver, and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk.
Because they're going to run to their Roman Catholic Church. And we're going to grab them right out of that Roman Catholic Church, and we're going to shackle their asses up, man.
Yeah, they're gonna be proud to the end.
Isaiah
Rothschilds.
24 tell you that.
Yeah, the
That's another
Rothschilds.
one of my favorite scriptures, man. They're going to be in them pits.
Yep.
When you look that word up in the Hebrew, the word there is dungeon. We're going to put them in dungeons, and then we're going to give them work orders. Shalom, shalom, brother.
Shalom, shalom.
I got a precept, Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
Boom.
So that's plain, man. The Heavenly Father is the one that controls Esau. All those plans he want to bring, the Heavenly Father is the one that's going to make him do what he want to do. But at a certain point, the Heavenly Father is just going to cut him off. And then allow his...
You got a precept?
We're gonna shut them down.
Yep.
Luke 21 and 12, it says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake.
Yep.
And it shall turn unto you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before yet what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay or resist.
That's it.
Now that already took place,
Yep.
and it's going to take place again.
Right.
The gates of the noble. Give me that,
I got
Isaiah.
you. I got you.
Isaiah 13 and 1.
Isaiah 13, verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
Yeah, the nobles are these top banking families, and their lackeys that's beneath them. Like your senators and your
Joe Biden.
your presidents and your congressmen and your mayors.
Judges.
They would be like judges. They would be like your nobles.
Magistrate.
Yeah,
so,
man.
so there's going to come a time where we're going to be on the big stage.
Yeah.
Now you told me the story. I don't know if it was you or the bar about Nate knew somebody in the military.
Yeah, that was
You can
that.
tell a story.
Yeah, that was
that.
pretty much what he was saying. He knew somebody in the military that was doing special security guard work for the ADL, you know, and they was telling them that they're watching all the Israelite groups, but they said that the most threat was the purple and gold individuals, because they're the only ones that's organized internationally. Or something along those lines. So
But no, them so-called Jews are looking at all the one Western.
exactly.
Because there's more GMS camps on the planet than there is of any other group.
That's it.
So they're watching IUIC, they're watching us, they're watching all them groups,
Everybody.
all the major groups, man.
You saw
Why do you think?
the list?
Huh?
What is Southern Poverty?
Probably there, yeah.
Oh, well, you know what they did? They put that shit on years ago, and they took all that shit
Took
down.
it off, yeah.
Because I know they had everybody,
They had every
everywhere.
group, but then for some reason they took it all down
Oh,
over
okay.
this. The only ones that got up there is like the white supremacist group. You know?
Well, you got the
The history tells us that Herod was looking for the birth of Yahushua. Right?
right.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Herod is back in the reincarnation.
Yep.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah,
No,
because,
but that's why the scripture says that there's no new thing under the sun. Herod was diligently looking for the birth of the child.
and don't think for 1 second that these international bankers don't know what's going on. They know what we're saying is the truth, to stop the prophecies from coming to pass. But it ain't gonna happen.
Give me Lamentation 4, 21, 22. And then give me Isaiah 33 and 1.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit
Now, I
thine
remember
iniquity.
years ago, we used to be on 34th Street, and we used to tell Edomites that you're going into captivity. Then they would come back and say, oh, well, you can't take us down because we got a big army. I said, well, look, this is going to be done by the hands of the Most High power. And Shalom, Mark. What I said, what the hell did I say? I lost my train of
Yeah, you
thought.
said the Most
Right,
High.
Esau said this. Okay, well, you can be in rulership, but 1,000 years from now, we can gather back up and take you down.
Right.
No, that's not going to happen, because we're going to have something that you don't have, which is spiritual power.
That's it.
We're going to be like Superman and Superwoman. Read that again, please.
Okay? It says, the punishment of thine iniquity, I'll read it from the top. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
So we know that this is the last captivity.
Yeah.
Esau is the what? Enter the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, which is in the Apocrypha. Another reason why they took it out of the scripture, out of the book. Go ahead.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
That's it.
Quick precept for you.
Go ahead.
Nahum 1 and 9. What do ye imagine against the Lord? He will make an utter end. He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time.
Boom. Nahum 3 and 1. Since you mentioned Nahum,
Go to the bloody city.
Go
For
ahead.
it is full of lies and robbery, the prey departeth not. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The
Go ahead.
horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of the corpses. They stumble upon their corpses.
that's after Nahum, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Joel. They all saw the same thing. John on the Isle of Patmos, they saw America being destroyed. Go ahead.
because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families.
Stop right there. Read that one more time, please.
Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot,
Matter of
the
fact,
mistress of witchcraft that selleth nations through her whoredoms.
Stop. What's that talking about? Huh? America. Yeah, America. But what? Babylon the Great. So it doesn't say Babylon, but we know it's talking about Babylon. You got something up?
I just wanted to look up that term, well favored. It just came to mind. So, what verse was that, bro? 4.
It says selfish nation by her whoredom. They're talking about fornication in Revelation. What's that? Revelation the 17th chapter.
Yeah, it just says Tawab, which is good.
American policy, you know, American dream, Hollywood. Hollywood plays a big role in that too, because Hollywood influences a lot of nations of the planet.
Well favored.
Absolutely.
It said the well favored, right, which is Tawab. It further down says a good thing, benefit, welfare, prosperity, happiness,
Right.
which goes into Revelation 18,
Yeah.
where it speaks about the dainties and what was the other word? Dainties and
Yeah, the American
Delicacies.
dream.
delicacies. That's it.
The American dream.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because if nobody plays ball with America, America puts sanctions on them.
Yeah.
And then the other nations that are down with America, they'll put sanctions on that country that America, you know, so it's a like a domino effect. So now that country can't make the money it was used to making before the sanctions. You
That's
know what
why
I'm
it says that the leaders of those nations are drinking of the wrath of the cup of the wrath of a fornication.
And they're getting mad. They're getting upset. Yeah, the other nations that have been sucking this horse titty, the milk is getting sour. So they're not liking it. I'm not feeling this milk anymore.
That's where it comes from when it says they should be better against them.
Exactly.
Obadiah.
Excellent.
Can I read this, Babak Sham?
Matter of fact, go to that. Obadiah.
Yeah.
What is that, the 7th verse?
That was a whopper.
Can I read this, Pastor?
Go ahead.
Revelation 18:14. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee.
Where you reading from?
Revelation 18:14. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which are dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. I just want to look up that word
Yeah,
goodly.
that's
real
after the
quick.
missiles and the chariots of the Lord hit. Totally turned this place into a lake of fire.
The word there is lampros, which is shining, brilliant, clear, transparent, splendid, magnificent, splendid things, an example, luxuries or elegancies in dress or style.
Yeah.
You know, that's why when you read further down, and the sound of a trumpet shall be heard no more all in thee, and the sound of this and that, you know,
Look up dainties.
dainties, kind.
The sound of a trumpet. America was known to bring jazz on the scene. And jazz became a worldwide musical form. That was born in America. Jazz,
Rock,
ragtime.
hip-hop.
Yep.
Right.
All of those forms of music came from America.
All by Jake.
Blues.
Dainties are like rich foods, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's one to
Yeah.
read.
It's
I'm gonna read that. Yep.
the word is liparos, right? Which is things which
What
protect
words should come to mind?
lipos.
You know, liposuction? Liposuction is when they pull the fat out. So that's the same word. It's the same word.
So it's fat.
It says root word etymology from lipos, grease.
Greece.
They pulling grease.
Yeah.
Fat is grease.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. The fattest nation on the planet Earth is America.
Most greasy.
America, yeah, the most greasy. Yo, hold up, man. America got nothing but greasy spoons.
That's right.
Oh
All
yeah.
of them restaurants ain't nothing but a goddamn greasy spoon.
Dainties in Revelation 18
Yes.
is talking about anything that's deep fried.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
all of us love deep fried food,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
That's dainty.
Yep.
You know?
Who it says things which pertain to a sumptuous and delicate style of living.
That's America, man.
Yep. It says lipos, grease, fat. An example, figuratively, sumptuous, dainty. Yeah, because you know, things just don't taste as good as they do when they're fried, you know? But it's the worst. It's the worst.
Like the Italian dudes. Fried up, they like fried foods.
And
The
the
Italians like fried foods.
Hell are they talking
They eat
about?
that soup frite. You know about that soup frite, which is fried pig's guts. Yeah. Cannoli, that's fried.
Fried dough. Fried dough.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 27, verse
Bring
27.
out your precepts.
I got the Obadiah too.
I'm talking about him, brother.
No, I got the Obadiah too.
Go ahead.
No,
Okay,
bro.
well, this is law.
And sometimes we bug out.
All right.
Sometimes we be bugging. Especially this guy.
Nah.
Yeah, when doves fly, man.
Bug out.
Bug out Jones.
Go ahead.
All right, Ezekiel 27, verse 27. That says, "Thy riches and thy fares,
Gotta be like
thy
that.
merchandise."
Flexible bamboo. And when your flashy routine cannot keep up with it. Go ahead.
All right, it says, "Thy riches and thy fares, thy merchandise, thy mariners."
Where you reading from?
Ezekiel chapter 27. This is towards the end. It says, "Thy riches and thy fares, thy merchandise, thy mariners, and thy pilots, thy caulkers and the occupiers of thy merchandise,
There you go.
and all thy men of war that are in thee, and all thy company which is in the midst of thee, shall fall into the midst of the seas in the day of thy ruin."
You want to read it again?
Come on. Ezekiel chapter 27, verse 27. "Thy riches and thy fares, thy merchandise, thy mariners, and thy pilots, thy caulkers and the occupiers of thy merchandise."
mariners, that's the shipment.
Yep.
That's the guys that bring in the product, merchandise from afar, from China, from Japan. You know, the
And that's
cars.
all your products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that you buy brand new will come from the East.
Yeah, China, Japan.
Kamala
vehicles.
Harris, she made the statement.
That's like that. Oh yeah, that's his cousin.
That's Timbales. The other one's Maracas. That's
He's in the red car. The other guy's in the
Jake
red
is
car.
crazy. Jake is crazy.
hey, he was feeling that
And
whatever. it
Kamala
was.
Harris said, buy your Christmas gift early. Saying
Red dot?
Huh?
Red dot. Kamala Harris. Red
Oh,
dot.
yeah, red dot.
Dunkin' Donuts,
Kamala,
right?
yeah. Well, she said buy your Christmas gift early. But she didn't say too much after that. What's she basically saying?
Lockdown.
You gonna have a damn bad Christmas, man.
Dark winter.
Ain't gonna be no Black Fridays.
That's probably not even a real name. Kamala. Probably Judith Jackson or some shit. Because Kamala, that's an East Indian demon. That's known for destruction.
She is a Kamala.
Kamala.
Kamala
If you Google,
Dragon.
I think if you Google Kamala, it's one of the East Indian demons they represent. That represents destruction.
She used to trick, what's his name? The mayor of San Francisco.
Well, she
Oh yeah,
used to trick a lot.
She used to deal with Montel Williams back when she was real young. She been around, man.
And she married to Amalek too.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, these people, they don't give their real names. You know, they hide behind phony names. Because the average public don't deserve their real names. The masses. Hey, the word mass means deaf. The majority of people are dead from the neck up. They don't know what the fuck's going on.
So where we at?
All right, Ezekiel chapter 27, verse 27. "Thy riches and thy fares, thy merchandise, thy mariners and thy pilots, thy caulkers and the occupiers of thy merchandise, and all thy men of war that are in thee, and in all thy company which is in the midst of thee, shall fall into the midst of the seas in the day of thy ruin. The suburbs shall shake at the sound of the cry of thy pilots, and all that handle the oar, the mariners and all the pilots of the sea, shall come down from their ships. They shall stand upon the land, and shall cause."
To prove my point, Kamala, the East Indian demon. See? And these top wicked elites, they worship demons. Kamala's an actual East Indian demon. So that's her name is probably Judith Jackson.
That even looks like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
remembered.
yeah,
I just
that
remembered.
is a picture. All right.
Yeah. I just remembered that Kamala was that multi-armed demon that the East Indians worship.
Right.
It just came to my mind. Then I looked it up. I never looked this up before.
The way the picture is set up is she's over the Biden.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's over the east. Over east.
Now remember what Nixon said? When was that Nixon? No, that wasn't
Ford.
Nixon. That was Ford. When the little girl asked, "Will we ever have a female president?" and Ford gave the scenario.
Oh,
This
yes,
was back
yes,
in
yes.
1989. So Kamala, she's known for chopping off heads. The East Indian demon Kamala, there's a picture of Kamala holding heads in each one of her arms. She's known for chopping off heads. So Kamala might just, hey,
She might end up president.
I'm telling you, her name ain't even, her name is probably,
Johnny Quest.
Vanessa Del Rio.
Remember that concert? Johnny Quest.
This guy laughed real quick.
Yeah.
You know about-
Do you know about Vanessa Del Rio?
Vanessa Del Rio, baby. Hey, this is all a joke, man. It's a fucking illusion, man. This
Illusions.
stage- This is a big stage with nothing but a fucking illusion.
Smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors, man.
Illusions, Mr. Wordsworth.
Ezekiel chapter 27, verse 30. And shall cause their voice to be heard against thee, and shall cry bitterly, and shall cast up dust upon their heads. They shall wallow themselves in the ashes.
If I could say, we shouldn't marvel, because the Apostle Paul said that this man shall be revealed. So this is the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai revealing this man and his demonic woman.
That's why he's gonna do something. He getting ready to do something to us, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He gonna do some drastic shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we know, man.
Yep.
Hey, if you
Because
notice,
he's fully revealed now, man.
he's being exposed.
Hey, Jacob's trouble.
Hey, G. Edward Griffin, and he did that video, Capitalist Conspiracy. He said, no conspiracy can survive the light of day if it's being exposed. Not one. So this has been a conspiracy since what,
Because
17?
they're gonna flee pursuant to Psalm 64.
Yeah.
It says they're gonna. Matter of fact, somebody go to it real quick. We were reading it earlier. Go to it real quick. Go right to the point.
Make their tongue to fall upon themselves. Oh.
And America ain't nothing but funland. If you watch Pinocchio, when Pinocchio went on Funland, and you had the dude that was turning the little kids into goats and selling them into slavery. Hey, the little dude looked like one of the Rothschilds. Looked like Mayan Shellbauer.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Then you had Geppettophile.
Right. What?
Geppettophile.
Geppetto. Yeah. He made the puppet.
Right.
Yeah.
Where we at?
You want me to start from the top, Apostles?
No,
Psalm
go right to the
All
point.
right, Psalm 64 and 7. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And all
That's why I said earlier, they better hurry up and quickly get that jab going, because people are waking up. They're starting watching little videos, seeing little YouTube things. And I was going to say this before I forget. Not the last video, but the video I did maybe a week ago. An actual Edomite woman came on and she said, "I'm so glad I found your page." And I said, "You ain't gonna be glad when you watch the rest of the videos." You know? Because remember, not just Jake is watching this, the other nations are watching
Everybody
this too.
watching.
Go ahead.
Psalm 64 verse 9. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High. For they shall wisely consider.
Go read that again.
Okay.
please.
Psalm
That was a lot.
64 verse 7.
Nice and slow.
It says, but the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
And where those arrows? The arrows that we're shooting at them is the truth.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Whistleblowers, as you said. Go ahead.
All that see them shall flee away.
So they're seeing that they're being revealed. So people are saying, no, I don't know, I'm not sure about. Oh, you know what's big now? All this stuff about they're trying to get average citizen to get the jab. There's a big thing going on right now where you got doctors and nurses that are saying we ain't taking it and we're quitting. Either they're getting fired or they're quitting. A woman that I know in my building, her and her son are both into the medical field, and I'm thinking that they took it. So I said, "You take the jab?" He said, "Oh, hell no." She said, "I ain't taking the jab. My son don't want to take the jab." And I said, "Why?" "Because we don't know what it can do for you." But they don't put that on the news. So a lot of these doctors are quitting and getting fired, and a lot of these nurses are quitting and getting fired.
They're saying there's a shortage of
There's
medical
a shortage
workers.
of nurses. Yeah, exactly. You know?
I got a little information for you, Apostle. It says, this is about Kamala Harris. California Attorney General prior to her term as senator is the child of immigrants. Her mother was born in India. So that explains the connection with Kamala, the East Indian demon. Her mother was born in India and her father hails from Jamaica. The Indian heritage and the wishes of her mother, so her father had no backbone. Her mother wore the pants of the family.
Hey, well, that's what
I don't know about that, because I think the father can't stand for it. You know?
Well,
so I don't know the full story.
yeah, kind of.
You know?
I was just making a joke.
Yeah.
Her Indian heritage and the wishes of her mother, Shyamala, are what she can thank for her beautiful and unique name, Kamala Devi. Both her and her sister, Maya, was bestowed names that are drawn from, listen good, from Indian mythology. Now in Indian mythology, they have the demon Kamala with the 8 hands, but there's a picture of the demon. The demon is known as destruction, the demon of destruction. That's in East Indian mythology.
Well, hey, that's kind of heavy, because that is like an indication that America's going to be destroyed anyway.
Yeah. So they put her.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They put her as a symbol of destruction.
Yeah.
So that's it. Biden will probably croak.
I was just going to say that. That's what they're talking about.
He's almost dead.
Yeah.
He's almost
He's
dead.
damn near
He's
dead,
almost
yeah.
dead, man. Oh, by the way, he's coming to New York.
Oh, Lord.
He's coming to New York and New Jersey this week.
Oh, wow.
Well, listen, the
Because
UN
of the-
General Assembly should
Say
be
again?
this.
No, not for that. He's coming because of the damage. The
Item.
item, which really ain't. I don't know if any of y'all drove through the Deegan up in the Bronx.
It was bad. No, it was
Brother,
bad.
I drove through it. I always come through it. There was like 50 cars and Jeeps stuck on the road, man. Now Jeeps are supposed to go through water.
Yeah. Off road.
Yeah, they got a little bit more information.
Yeah, it was off-road. Smart.
It says Kamala
Off the
itself.
road.
Kamala itself is a name that means lotus or pale red.
Wow.
In Sanskrit, via behind the names, Kamala is another name of a well-known Hindu goddess who is probably better known as Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the Hindu goddess of prosperity, good luck, and beauty, and she's often depicted with the lotus flower. But she's also depicted as death. It's like I said, there's a paint, you can find a painting with Kamala going like this, and each one of her arms have a head, a severed head. What the hell is that?
That could be interesting if Biden croaked, and then she would actually be like the last president.
Well, Ford said that back in 1989. There's a video.
But
He said that's how America could have a woman president.
right. Y'all saw the Biden. He was meeting with the new Israeli president or whatever. Not Netanyahu. Who's not him?
The other devil.
And he went to sleep.
Yeah, sure, yeah. And the guy was talking, and he just fell asleep.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, that was hilarious. And they don't already like Democrats anyway. And for him just to be like, you know, he needs to be in a nursing home with some pudding or something, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's finished.
Pudding pops.
Yeah, something.
Him and Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
So what precept are we in?
Psalm 64:8.
Go ahead.
It says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High."
So you're gonna have Edomites coming out saying that And they already doing it. A lot of Edomites saying that we have the truth. They see that we the men of the Lord. They see it now.
The children of this world
Jeremiah
are
16.
wise.
Go ahead and read it. Somebody bring it out. Jeremiah 16:19. Whoever got it, bring it on out.
Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit.
That's it. Straight to the point.
You know, it's interesting. I told you I'm getting ready to move soon.
Yeah.
So my realtor's Amalek. My realtor, actually, my mother, where I live at, grew up at, was the first black principal in this particular town.
Okay.
Right? They'll never have another. But the point is, my mother was very you know, you had to be. You had, in a sense, saying she knew her stuff.
Yeah.
So point is, the realtor that I'm dealing with befriended, my mother befriended her. And she was like, I want to help you sell, you know, out of respect to my mother, whatever the case. But the point is this. As I would talk to her, one day she came to the house and I got all my jewelry on. Not this year how I was shot, but, you know, other stuff.
Yeah.
So I get to, she's like, oh my God. Is that, you know, you're right. I never, because I gave him the example of Moses. How could Moses be white? How could a white baby live in a black Pharaoh's house?
Yep.
So over time, I explained to her, listen, it's over. Your whole shit is over. You know, I'm gonna be respectful to you because of my mother, and I need your business. But and wait till I sell the house. I'm gonna let her have it. Let her have it. Devil that the Bible speaks of. But they know.
Yeah, they know. They know.
They don't even really put up a fight anymore.
Yeah, they know.
They're like, okay, you got me.
Yep.
You know.
They watch us, man. Them Edomites watch us more than Jake be watching us. And when Jake watches, they talking shit about us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they scoffing. Especially them comedic niggas, man. Now them niggas is fighting one another. You know?
Lord said these people are son's children.
They call him, one guy, this guy, Tahaka Bey, or whatever his name is, Tahaka. He's a Moorish guy, looked like a Reubenite. This guy, Dr. Ali Muhammad, challenged him to a fist fight.
Wow.
I said, wait a minute, man. Y'all come down to fighting each other? And all they do is gossip. They talk, they bring out dirt on each other, man. And you want to go there to learn about that comedic shit, you ain't gonna learn nothing, man.
Yeah.
It's like a big ongoing soap opera. That's why when Sarnetta came down, the first time he came down, I said, I hope that guy never come down. He came down the second week, I ain't even want to go down there, man. And we went down there and showed him a little love, but we never gave him the time of day. Now this guy, Al-Azhar, he used to hop on a plane and come to New York from the West Coast, and now, guess what? They're not friends no more. Over what Al-Azhar did and taking his men to a strip club. Although Barack said it's not a strip club. When you got women with their asses sticking out, shaking their ass, that's a strip club, man. The only difference is you ain't got no pole.
That's it.
Where we at?
You had your hand?
You got something? Go ahead.
Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
And guess what? It's already happening. Antifa is going head to head with them crackers, the Proud Boys. You know, then they got the BLM, which is part of Antifa.
Yes.
They actually have out there in Portland, they're actually fighting. They're killing each other out there, man.
And all them groups were created. They
were all created. They were all created.
Yeah.
Black Panthers, Black Storm, all them.
Controlled opposition.
Control opposition.
That's it.
That's what it's called.
All the OFK, you need chaos to bring in order. So you create the chaos.
I just want to get one more because I got to go in a minute. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 1. says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up your goings with the cloth of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. This is the point. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is set among you, and who may quench it? So the prophecy's in effect. That's it. You can't do jack shit about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
You can't put out the fire.
you can't put out the
That's
fire.
a spiritual fire, burning them up, and then there's going to be a physical fire that's going to burn them up.
Yeah.
That sword represents the missiles.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai and the angels are on their way. They ain't gonna turn back.
No.
Yahweh Shai ain't gonna change his mind. Yahweh Shai can't wait to get down there, man.
He's ready to
He's
get
like,
busy.
yeah, as soon as the Father give him that word, okay, son, go do your thing. He's gonna be like, he's just gonna go loco, man. He said he as a travailing woman, Isaiah 47.
How about you?
I might have a surprise for you next week.
Beautiful.
All right, yo. Shalom.
Go ahead.
Psalm 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High.
Yeah, the whistleblowers from among the Illuminati. They're coming out and revealing. Like that video, that's very revealing video with Aaron Russo and his conversation with Alex Jones and the information he was disclosing about Nick Rockefeller. All of a sudden now, Nick Rockefeller doesn't exist. But Nick Rockefeller basically said, we want everyone what? We want everyone chipped. So there it is, man.
So that's an old plan. Really, that plan goes back to the 70s. To chip everybody.
And I remember there was a video done back in '78 with John Todd, and he said that he was allowed to read some of the plans of the Illuminati, and he said some of them were so horrific, he said, man, I gotta get out of this crazy. According to what the video said, John Todd. So these people are, well, they're beasts. Like the scriptures speak about the beasts, they are indeed beasts. They're depraved. You know, they pray to demons, they do all kinds of acts of depravity.
They drink blood.
They drink
the high
blood.
level ones.
All right, Psalm 64, verse 9. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider of his doing.
Ain't that what we do? We wisely consider of his doing. Right? He's trying to bring that, what's what? It's about the New World Order. He's trying to bring that New World Order. That's what it's all about. And that's what every Israelite really should be teaching, man. You know, they really should be teaching about the so-called New World Order, the coming of it, the mandatory mandates, the implantation.
What manner of person ought you to be in all holy conversation?
That's right.
That means what was said before that? Peter said something before that.
Right.
He spoke about the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
That's right.
What manner of person ought you to be in all holy conversation?
That's right.
Meaning we're supposed to be speaking on these prophecies.
That's right. I got a quick precept. If we're prophets, right, this is what we're supposed to be speaking.
Which we are.
Right. Jeremiah 28, 8 and 9. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries. This is what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Exposing this devil, revealing him, man. All right? Prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. The true prophets, that's what they would teach, right? Read on, it says, the prophet which prophesy of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord have truly sent him. But we're not prophesying peace. The New World Order doesn't represent peace. The New World Order represents destruction, man. Destruction as we've never fucking seen, man. This ain't no time
You can't compare this destruction to any destruction that ever happened in history. All the major disasters, the major wars, the death, major death, you can't compare it to what's getting ready to happen. That's why it's called the Jacob's trouble.
Right.
And that's another thing that old ass Nate went off on. He said that there's no such thing as Jacob's trouble. Well, wait a minute. If it's written in the Bible, Jacob's trouble, then there is such a thing called Jacob's trouble.
Yes, I don't lie.
God damn it.
Numbers tell it, Numbers 23:19. For it is impossible for the Heavenly Father to lie.
That's right. I got a precept.
Yeah.
Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
What time? We haven't even approached that time yet. We're coming to it. Go ahead.
And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered.
Who's thy people? The elect.
You know, as vocab would say, the body of believers.
Every one that shall be found written in the book.
And then the replacement theology. Do you know this? I'm sorry.
I'm
brother.
sorry.
This guy at vocab, he teaches a thing called replacement theology. Anytime you see Israel or the children of the Most High, he says replace them with a bunch of crackers, some Hamites, and some Ishmaelites. Those are the real people. How stupid is that? Does that make sense? No, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and to back up Pastor, that's added to the word. Now, Proverbs.
He doesn't even know the word.
Yeah, that replacement theology is added to the word. And Proverbs 30 says this. You can call it any pretty name you want to, but at the end of the day, it's adding onto the word. Replacement. Yeah. When you take out something and you replace it, you're adding on to it, right? So Proverbs 30, right? Proverbs. Pastor Don said that a couple of weeks ago. Proverbs 30 and 5. Every word of the Most High is pure. He is a shield.
Except for the book of Hebrews.
Yeah. Well, according to my man. Every word of the Most High is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. Add thou not unto his words. Replacement theology. Add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. That's plain, man. You can't get around that.
Nate was reproved that he was found a liar with the Cornelius thing. We got kicked out of the school because of the Cornelius thing. What is Nate teaching right now? Cornelius is an Israelite.
Yeah, this is the Lord's movie. This is the script. You get hired by a director. You go on the set and you tell the director, well, you know, that's a beautiful scene, but I want to add. Director, oh, you want to add?
You know what they're gonna do? You know what they're gonna do? They got you. This is how they're gonna do it.
Yep.
You did this movie and that movie, and you come late and you tell the director what he gonna do. You're in the script, right?
Yeah.
To be at the end, you got to saw it up. I am the guy, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna say a building fell on your ass and you die. Anytime you hear of a guy mysteriously dying or dying all of a sudden, that means they wrote his ass out the script.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, please somebody look that up to write you out the script. Let's see what that says.
Write you out the script. If I may jump on that movie Godfather, in the first one, what's his name? Richard Cantalano. He played Clemenza in the first one. Clemenza, right? Now when you watch Godfather 2, you don't see Clemenza. Why? Because the actor who played Clemenza had a beef with Francis Ford Coppola, and Francis said, "You're out." That's why you didn't see Clemenza. Well, Clemenza was played in the second one by Bruno Kirby. He played a young Clemenza. But the guy who actually played Clemenza in Godfather #1, you didn't see him because he was fired off the set. Anybody look it up?
From the Merriam-Webster says, definition of write someone out of. To change a document such as a will so that someone is not included. For example, she wrote her son out of her will. Or to remove a character from a story by having a character die,
Did we just say that? Did we just say that?
etc. And an example is they wrote her character out of the show at the end of the first season.
Yeah.
So Esau, guess what? Esau's going to be written out of the script.
Yeah.
Because he did what he had to do.
Right.
Okay, now this is the part of the movie, the Most High's movie, where you're going to die and you're going to go into slavery.
Yeah.
And what are they going to do? Protest against it? You can't protest against it. You know? Go ahead, Al.
And there's a word for it, it's called me.
Omit, yeah.
Omit. Yep.
To leave out or exclude someone or something either intentionally or forgetfully.
That's it.
A significant detail that was omitted from your story.
Yeah. Sometimes an actor that has to be written out of a movie, they get tired of playing that. They want to be typecasted. So they'll say to the director, can you please write me out?
They can be voluntary. Yeah.
Create a scene where I die
John
in a fiery...
Amos did that.
Yeah.
He said he don't want it no more because of JJ.
Yeah.
He said he didn't like that funeral, man.
Con.
You know?
So he wanted out
But
of
then when he left,
Con.
he blew up.
Con,
He
con,
did the
yeah.
roots, he did all kinds of things, you know?
And then the show went down. The quality of the show.
The show died.
Because he was holding the show,
Yeah,
John, he was such a powerful character,
Yeah.
he was holding the show together. And JJ, come on, JJ alone couldn't hold that show
And
together.
by the way, he's Nigerian.
Yeah.
So what is ISU? If he wanted to go to their school, they're gonna kick John Amos out of school. He's a so-called Hamite.
Yeah, JJ was comic relief. You need comic relief, but you can't make comic relief the central part. You want to kill something, make comic relief the central part. Like we teach, we be a buffoon a little bit, but if we're too much of a buffoon, these guys are nothing but clowns.
Yeah. Well, the
You
scripture tell you that in Isaiah, stammering lips. When you look up that word stammering lips, it says to be buffoonish. So every once in a while we'll joke around a little bit, you know.
I got a scripture on the back of what I just said. Little folly. This is Ecclesiastes 11:1. It says, "Dead flies cause the ointment of the apothecary to send forth a stinking savor. So doth a little folly him that is in reputation for wisdom and honor." It is. So we'll do a little buffoonery, but if you that was Ecclesiastes 10:1.
And perfect example is Yeshaya.
Oh yeah.
Yeshaya was a top teacher, but there came a point where that man, that's all he did was joke, play the guitar.
Yep.
You know, he wasn't going in the scriptures.
And then you get a guy like him wonders why nobody takes him seriously.
Ain't nobody take vocab alone seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, with the private eye for Yahweh. That's when you started losing points. Private eye for Yahweh Shai and all that stupid bullshit. Which the shit wasn't even funny, man. About as funny as a dead baby. That old joke.
Yep. Hey, give me Isaiah 33 verse 1.
Isaiah 33:1. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled."
Esau spoiled his world. He took the whole world down. He's in the power seat right now. Read that again, please.
Isaiah 33:1. "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled."
Now that goes back from the time of Christopher Columbus, when they went from this side of the world to the other side of the world, and they took down Gad, Reuben, the other tribes of Israel, and then eventually took over the whole world. So at one point, they were spoiling and nobody was able to resist them, right?
No.
So now people are resisting. They see the weakness of America, the American way.
Yeah.
Read it one more time, please.
Isaiah 33:1. "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled,
Go ahead.
and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Go ahead.
When thou shalt cease to spoil."
And he ceased to spoil. He left a big example is leaving Afghanistan.
Got it.
That's a major mess. Even the Democrats are coming against this guy, the president. They're saying this guy shouldn't be president. Go ahead.
"And they dealt not treacherously with thee, when thou shalt cease to be spoiled, or when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee."
So now these nations, somebody give me Obadiah. Obadiah verse 7. Whoever got it, bring it on up. You got it? Okay, hold on to your precept.
All right,
Bring on
Obadiah
yours.
1:7. All the men of thy confederacy
All your allies, go ahead.
have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee, there is none understanding in him.
Now, the main allies that's going to come against America are who?
The EU.
Thank you. The EU, the European nations. How can we prove that? Revelation 17 and 12.
Yep.
Now, in Daniel, the 7th chapter, it tells you that they are more stout than their fellows. They are more stout than their fellows. When you look up the word stout, it means to be, I'm better than you, I'm over you. And that's how American Edomites look at European Edomites. As we're better than you. That's why when Americans go to France, go to Europe, them people look at them sideways, man.
Make jokes about it.
They make jokes about it.
Yeah, they showed you that in the movie National Lampoon.
Yep, that's
The very
right.
first one. Yeah.
That's
When
right.
They went European vacation. They went over there to France, and the dude in French was talking shit about the Griswold family. He's talking shit about it. Yeah.
Revelation chapter 17, verse 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings.
Like you said, the European Union plus NATO. Because NATO is the military part of the European Union, you can say, and they all gonna shoot missiles on this devil. Go ahead.
Which have received no kingdom as yet, but received power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb.
Yeah, why will they do that? For the New World Order. That ties into the New World Order, where all the nations got to come together as one. A great conglomerate.
These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings.
That's Yahushua. Yahushua is the Lamb. He's going to come with those angels, like it says in Matthew 24, innumerable amount of angels, and he's going to do his thing, man.
And he's coming in order. You know why? Because Michael's going to be behind him.
Yep, Michael.
Then the other angels are going to be in. Everything's going to be in order, man.
Yeah. And all the prophets saw it, man, and they all described it as horrific. You read Zephaniah, the 1st chapter, it tells you the great day of the Lord. Zephaniah was getting into it, man. A day of darkness.
Daniel got sick.
Yeah. Daniel got sick, a day of darkness, a day of wasteness, a day of desolation. Now I ask you, brothers, what kind of spirit we got to have to be able to withstand that? Hey, the average person see a guy gets his head chopped off, they're ready to faint or puke, man. You know?
Well, we'll all do that.
Yeah.
If somebody's head chopped off, you're going to...
Yeah, you're going to bust. But I'm making a point.
Huh?
What is getting ready to happen is going to be worse than a guy getting his head chopped off, man. We're talking about horrific destruction, man, such as the world has never seen. So I ask myself that question every day. What kind of spirit we got to have to be able to withstand that? Well, we need not worry, because Yahweh Shemiah Shai will put that spirit on us to be able to withstand what we're about to see. You know?
It says, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Yeah, those are all the other countries that's in bed with America.
Yeah, the European countries.
They're going to hate
Mainly
the whore.
talking about the European countries. Not to mention the other countries, because they're going to be shooting missiles on them too. But their allies, the Edomite allies, are going to be destroying them with these missiles.
They that eat that bread had lifted up.
Yep, we just read. Yep, you read that.
Because if you look at it, America is the #1 country. In reality, every country hates, even if they don't say it. The word America means bitter. Who the hell likes something that's, after a while, something that's bitter? After a while, you're gonna start, man, let's get rid of this bitter shit. This shit is bitter. America's bitter, man.
It says, for the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled.
That's why he's doing it. That's why the Heavenly Father is doing it, controlling both sides, making sure everything goes down right, because he said it. If he don't do it, that means he was a liar. And the scripture says it's impossible for the Heavenly Father to lie.
Most High can't lie.
He can't lie.
And the woman which thou
He's even bound by his word. He even said that. He said he's bound by his word.
and the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
Which most people don't know what that means. They don't realize it's a miracle, especially Americans. Oh no, it can't be. We're a God-fearing nation. If you're such a God-fearing nation, then why is there a major plague in this place? No plague. It says no plague shall come nigh thy dwelling. So you can't sing God bless America, no goddamn.
No.
You know?
Hypocrisy. Straight up and down hypocrisy, man. God bless America. But meanwhile, you got homosexuals, you got transgender.
Yep. Everything goes against the laws.
Malone will never go against homosexuals.
Oh no.
He'll never go up against this government. He'll never go up against Esau. Matter of fact, he made a parody video about slavery in the USA.
Slavery in the USA.
Well, he was, then we got on him, then he changed it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Then
he had that clown, what's his name? Something the producer.
Jay the producer.
Jay the asshole.
Jay
You
the
know?
asshole. Yeah.
Laughing.
Yeah. And then you had he did that skit of the private eye for Yahweh Shai. You know, making
With that
fun of the
with
Lord.
that nigga. And what do you mean, guy?
Yeah.
We didn't even know the nationality of Paul. I asked him, I said, what's Paul's nationality? You tell me. Wait a minute, you're supposed to be a top biblical scholar, and you don't know the nationality of the Apostle Paul?
Come on, dog.
And even Dr. James White, when they first came on the scene, it was vocab and Dr. James White, right? Even Dr. James White distanced himself from vocab when they were doing all that buffoonery, when they were trying to lampoon us. Even James White looking at it.
James White wasn't having it.
He wasn't having that.
And he might be a Jake anyway.
Yeah, he might be. He always say that. Well, he's Scottish. He's Scottish. So there you go.
And he got a little bit of discipline, man.
And sense.
You know what? And he's got discipline. He be riding bike for miles, man.
Yeah, he looked
vocab need to ride a bike.
Yeah, he need to lay off that pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, a little too many Sicilian slices.
Yeah.
And you're not even Sicilian.
You're German.
You're German.
You probably barely speak Italian.
Mark
You're a joke,
Reiser.
man. You're a joke. You and your show, you're a joke.
Yeah.
Isaiah 14 verse 4.
We can do videos back here in Italian. Can you?
Well,
Claim
you can. I can.
You claim it? Well, it's easy to learn. It's an easy language to learn. It ain't that hard. It's Latin. It's Latin.
But the point remains, I can't. So don't put we in it.
We his friends.
We
Go
can,
ahead.
well,
I'm
we're
not-
one in spirit. We're one in spirit. So there you go. But we're one in spirit. But that's the point. You talking about you a defend apologist? Why don't you do some videos in Italian? You always claim you're Italian. This Italian. Do some videos in Italian.
He don't. I know he don't know no Italian.
So we can have a good laugh.
He don't know no Italian.
Speak some Sicilian.
He doesn't know.
Oh, come on. That's
Come
even
on,
harder
man.
than Italian.
Come
Sicilian.
on.
That's why I said it.
Yeah.
Isaiah 14 verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased.
So
The Lord,
that precept goes perfect with this list I'm dealing with, man. It's probably in the list. Read that one more time, please.
okay, Isaiah chapter 14 verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased.
So what's the proverb we're taking up? We're taking up the proverb that this man's going down,
Your
that he's
downfall.
going into slavery.
Yeah, we're gonna make fun of him. We're gonna taunt him.
Yep.
Hey, when pursuant to Psalm 149, when we slap the chains on those bankers, you best believe we're gonna taunt you, man. We're just gonna make fun of you, because you're gonna look so pitiful, man, in that pit of mud. Because it tells you in Isaiah 24, you're gonna be thrown into a pit.
Isaiah 24, one of my favorite chapters.
So we're gonna make fun of you, and we believe this 110%, man. We believe
And we're
it's
going
gonna
to be
happen.
on top. The guys that have been out here standing so stiffly for the word, we're not going to be in the kingdom 3 miles fucking back, Alizar. You might be back there 5 miles back.
Sure. Back at the pop. I looked at the word ceased.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Well, he's a problem child.
Yeah, here's a problem, Trump.
He made a
Problem
statement.
child.
He said, I find my mind in a constant state of delirium. Now, any guy that says that, and you clones that follow this guy, there's a guy telling you his mind is in a constant state of delirium. You're going to follow a guy like that? He should be put in a sanitarium. That's where he belongs.
I look at the word ceased.
Yeah.
It's the word Shabbat. It says to cease, desist, rest. In other words, you're going to be put down, milkweed.
And then Yahushua said it best. He that exalteth
No,
himself.
the nigga said that ain't King David. You know how pissed off I was? Oh, I ain't talking about King David. Then he's gonna make videos, and that's why all of us lined up to make videos against you, man.
Sure did.
Myself, I made a couple.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
made a couple.
Yeah.
You made a couple.
Yeah.
Yashawamba.
Yashawamba, a couple of brothers made a couple of videos on that, man. Because it don't make no, like I said in the beginning, think about it, it doesn't make any sense. The mark of the beast, Solomon got the mark of the beast. That doesn't make any sense if you know the scriptures.
Yeah, I got something.
King David is gonna be, he's just gonna be another king back there. That don't make any fucking sense.
But meanwhile, Alizé, you're chief priest, high exalted grand poobah, like Pastor Dar calls it.
Yeah, I had to add in that grand poobah.
The Almighty.
Okay, man. Okay, man. Matthew 23 and 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, meaning brought low. And he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. Explain?
Yeah, because we trying to our best to be humble, man.
Absolutely.
And just like you said, brother, I said, don't be shy. He said, no, I'm not being shy. I'm being respectful. I'm being humble.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
Humble.
spirit that you're supposed to be in.
It's humble.
Yep.
And when the man on the comment section asked me to break down Revelation 5, he said, humbly I asked. And I said, you don't gotta do it humbly, man. Just ask me. I'll break it down to you, man.
Yeah.
Don't put me on a pedestal like I'm a god or something.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a god. I'm a man.
Yeah.
You know?
We make
No, oh,
statements.
Maracas. It's
There
Maracas.
he is. There he is.
Oh, he in the zone today. He in the zone. He in the zone. Oh!
Hey, we make statements like, we can't save you, right? You've heard it say when we teach, we can't save you. Now you got other Israelite teachers that act like they can save. They're not the savior. Yahushua is the savior. We make sure we cover our ass by saying we can't save you.
Philippians 2:12, real quick.
He in the zone today.
He gonna be in the kingdom. He gonna have that throne. He gonna have that music playing.
Yep. Maracas.
Every week that dude come by.
Now, he's more diligent than certain Israelites. Go ahead.
All right, it says, this is
He's about his
Philippians.
business.
Yeah, well, some Israelites should be about that business. Go ahead.
Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed,
Don't
not
look, brother. Don't look. Go ahead. See, I'm not looking.
it says, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
And you know what that means when you go deep? I can't save you. You can't save me. You got to save yourself. You got to work on your own salvation. You might think I'm cool with this brother. I say shalom, I hug him and all that. That don't mean you're going to be saved.
Right.
You got to work out your own salvation, man.
Yeah, I came up with a guy in One West. He was mad cool with Pastor Dar. Matter of fact, they were like this. He knows what I'm talking about. Yum yum. Oh, they were like this, man. Here's the big question: where the fuck is Yum? Where is it? So there you go. Yum Yum was into boxing.
Yeah, I was cool back in the day. I was cool with a lot of people. I'm not that cool with people, man. How often do I call you or you call me? He called me out of the blue.
Yeah.
But he said he was going to get like a lining for my rug. I got a rug.
Yeah.
He's going to get that plastic lining. So he wanted to remind me, I'm going to get it. Blah blah blah. Shalom, like, thanks for calling. That's it, brother.
That's it.
Hey, when I call you, we on there for like 2
minutes.
seconds,
It's
man.
that, yeah.
I got to say something, and it's always business.
That's it.
I don't be getting on the phone talking. You know?
How's
They're
the
like
weather?
women, you know? Hi, girl. What's going on? Talking like women and shit.
And to be honest,
do that shit.
To be honest, we don't even hang out. The only time we hang out was when we down here doing the work, Now, if we in the car going back and coming, we laugh and joke a little bit. We watch videos.
Right.
Sometimes we have serious conversations. And then when y'all go, shalom, I'll see y'all. I don't want to hear from y'all for a whole week. You know?
Yeah, the majority of times I'm by myself. I'm alone. I like it.
Yeah, you got to be. I
love being.
Basically, you become a loner.
You become alone.
And then when you're by yourself in the crib, you're watching video. You're watching this video. You're watching that video. Another video pop up, and then one video pop up and give you the inspiration to do a video.
Yep.
You know?
I got a scripture for you, brothers. It's in Lamentations. Hope I can get it.
In other words, you got to live for this. This is more important than your wife.
Children.
Ezekiel, he was into his wife so much that the Most High took him out, took his wife out, and he said, I'm going to kill your wife, and when I kill her, don't weep. And the Most High took her out, and guess what? Ezekiel didn't weep. Talk about that's some character for your ass. You know?
Absolutely. Lamentations 3 and 25 and 26. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. That's exactly what we're doing. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth. So this is like a yoke. What's a yoke? That's like a chain. Now it tells in Ecclesiastes, this chain at first is going to be a burden unto you. That's in Ecclesiastes 6. But after a while, that chain turns into your protection. Right? That's in Ecclesiastes 6 chapter. Now here's the point, right? It said, it is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth. That's why many of us are young when we came into this, right?
Yeah. I came in when I was 24. 24, you came into
24,
it.
yep.
You came into this when you was in high school.
17.
17. Wow.
Yeah, I was skinnier, man. I was skinnier than you. Yeah, man.
We were all skinny when we came in. We were all skinny when we came in.
Yep. Here's the point. He sitteth alone and keepeth silence, because he hath borne it upon him. What does that mean? We took on this burden. This is the burden of Yahweh Shai. We took it on because we were called for that very purpose. Doesn't mean we're chosen. Right now, it just means we're called. We hope we're chosen. You know? That's why every day we beg Yahweh Shem Shai for mercy. Oh, Yahweh Shem Shai, please have mercy upon us.
King David said, take not a beautiful prayer. What is that? Psalms 55 and 11, I believe. It's Psalm 51 and 11.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. I can get somebody get it. And see, that's what Saul should have did, man.
Yeah.
David covered himself by making that statement. Take not away from me your Holy Spirit. What happened to Saul? The Most High took the Spirit away from Saul, man. And he felt the presence of the Lord deal with him. And what was replaced with that spirit? Evil spirit. And he felt that evil spirit.
Psalm 51, 10 and 11. Create in me a clean heart, O Yahweh, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. That's plain. That's plain. We don't even have to
Turning
explain that.
many to righteousness. Daniel 12. Turning many to righteousness.
Like I said.
So anytime I go out there and I say some words, I do a video, and somebody listen to it, and he becomes what I am, guess what I did? I turned him to righteousness.
Receive a great reward.
Yep.
Daniel 12 and 1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
Right down the road. Go ahead.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them shall sleep in the dust of the earth, shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
That's all them scoffers that came up against us. In the kingdom, they're going to have their heads down, man. They're going to be feeling bad, looking bad. And then we're going to tell them, don't worry about it, brother. You good. And then eventually they're gonna put their hand. There's gonna be a lot of jakes that's gonna feel bad about what they did on this side, man.
Yeah.
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 11 and 30. The fruit of the righteous is as a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise.
Beautiful. And he that winneth souls is wise. Turning many to righteousness. Go ahead.
It is. And they, Daniel 12 and 3, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. That's it.
Yeah. So where we at? Who's one precept? Where we at?
Back in Isaiah 14.
Yeah, go back to Isaiah 14.
All right, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say,
Go ahead.
how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
Yeah, that's the power of these bankers. The scepter of the rulers, that starts with the bankers. Hey, once the bankers go down, that's it, man.
And this is how you know that that's not talking about the king of Babylon, because the king of Babylon wasn't the wicked. The wicked are the Edomites. Go ahead.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Yeah, like an example of that, you got us wearing these goddamn masks. That's oppression, man. Continual stroke. And then they play with your mind. They say, okay, it's time you can take the mask off, but now you got to put it back on. They're just, why they're doing that shit? At the end of the day, for control, man. That's how they get their jollies. That's how the bankers get their, haha, see, I got these guys wearing their mask. They're big kids, man. Big demonic kids. And they get their jollies off that shit. That's why when we get our hands on you bankers, man, pursuant to Psalm 149, begin with you Rothschilds, you Rockefellers, you Oppenheimers, the day is coming, we're going to be able to grab you, pursuant to Psalm 149, and chain you. We're going to whip you, we're going to kick you in the face. We're going to do whatever the hell we want to do with you, because you're going to be our property, man. And you know it, too. You bankers, you know it, man.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger.
There you go, continual stroke, oppression. That's what America represents, oppression. On every, and you catch it from every side, man. You're driving down the street, a cop coming behind you, you don't feel it, you don't drive like you know, like you're at ease.
You get nervous.
You get nervous, man. I hope this pig don't pull me over.
Yeah, like they'll follow you for 2 blocks, and then you hoping like hell it's gonna make the turn, then eventually it makes a turn and you
can breathe again. Tell me your brothers don't go through that shit, man.
Yeah,
even the other police.
Yeah, well, a couple times I outran cops.
Even the other police, if another internal affairs, I wonder, you know, you start thinking about correct me if I'm wrong, my brother. Correct me if I'm wrong. You start thinking about internal affairs and shit. The bottom line is fucking oppression.
They got cops watching over other cops. You know?
We're not meant to live like this. This ain't living, man. This ain't living. Now in the kingdom, we're really gonna live. We ain't gonna have a care in the world, brothers. Not one fucking care.
And none of you are blessed. I don't give a damn if you hit the lotto for $1 billion. None of you are blessed. That's the topic. Now you know what blessing, the real definition of blessing is. What does it mean to truly be blessed? Somebody raise your hand. Raise your hand, don't call out. That's not it. Good, but that's not it. To truly be blessed means what? I can't hear you.
To constantly be in a lower state.
You know what I'm saying? To be blessed. To be blessed. What does it mean for us to be blessed? In order for you to say that you're blessed, what has to happen?
I guess you got to be in rulership.
That's it. He's right. Yeah. Well, you said it right.
Bring it home. Bring it home.
Right.
A little more to it.
But there's a little bit more to it. Add up to it. You're right on that. You're correct. We don't got to go no more to be in rulership. Okay, let's deal with this. If you're in rulership, the other people around you are with subjected. So really, the true meaning of blessing. If Floyd Mayweather blessed, hell no. That's why he keeps flashing money. See, nigga, you ain't blessed. True blessings come when somebody's bowing down at you,
Yep.
which is the kingdom. Because in the kingdom, you're a king, you have subjects. You tell them to do this, do that, do that, they can't question it, or you chop your damn head off.
Precept for you. Isaiah 60 and 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending.
That's blessed. Now are the Rothschilds blessed? You got damn right there. The Oppenheimers, the Lazards, the Malones, the Schiffs, the Wahlbergs, are they blessed? You got damn right they're blessed.
Man, you see that deli over there? Elon Rothschild can walk in there and he can say, you know what? I don't like this deli. Guess what? The very next fucking day, that deli will be closed. Tell me I'm wrong.
Shut them down.
Elon Rothschild can walk in that deli right. You know, I just don't like the smell of this deli. The very next fucking day, that deli is closed.
He can go in there and chop everybody's head off.
Who gonna bring him to trial? He
And
owns
the
the books.
Rothschilds, they can kill babies on TV. And get away with it.
Yeah, to back up Elon Rothschild and his Lynn Forrester, there's a story that they were down there, around
That was
20
on
some
50,
street.
it was on 56th Street. 52nd Street, a River House.
Okay.
River House,
Cool.
right off of the FDR. They were at a place called River House, which is on 52nd Street, right off of the FDR, and they were drinking martinis, and they actually watched the buildings go down, and they were celebrating it, man.
It is.
Now what I did was I went on the web, this was years ago, and I put in River House, and you know my computer crashed. I didn't put the Rothschilds, I just put River House.
Yeah, they were there to watch that. They can do that. They're the Rothschilds. They got something called snuff flicks. You better believe they got a collection of snuff flicks from the Twin Towers. You see all them people jumping out of. They got filmed, actual footage of the people jumping.
Yo,
Get
tell
off
them,
on
tell
that
them
shit.
what a snuff flick is.
A snuff flick is a person that kills himself
Or kills other people.
or kills other people.
And they'll make a movie out of it, and you think that it's a movie where they got actors. Them people are really getting killed.
Really getting killed. And that's why. Oh, wait a minute. Ezekiel 35. That's why the scriptures tell you that this man is a beast. Beasts love blood. What beasts you know that don't love blood? At the sight of blood, beasts, they go crazy. You know? Ezekiel 35 and 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. Why did this man shed the blood? Because he loves blood. He gets turned on by blood. He's a beast, right? By the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end, because we went into slavery because of our wickedness, right? But there was supposed to be a period of time where we're supposed to be released. Like Pharaoh of old, he refused to let the Israelites go, right? Now we came into slavery in Egypt for what? For our wickedness, right? Reading on, it says, therefore as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. If thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So that's a clue right there. This man don't have no problem shedding blood. He gets off on it. He's a beast.
I got a precept.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Daniel 12 and 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
Yeah, the key is the wicked shall do wickedly, meaning they're going to shed more blood and more blood. He's never satisfied.
Give me Psalms 10 and 4.
The scriptures tell us about him. He can never have enough, and that includes blood. So you got these Israelites, oh, the white man would never do that. What? They don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Oh man, you got GOCC, which that's nothing but a church organization. They're basically saying that in the kingdom, we're not going to put the other nation in slavery, we're not going to beat them. We're just going to be a little higher than them so we can teach them the laws. That's some bullshit, man. We won't be beating the fuck out of them, man.
Absolutely. The Lord said, I'm gonna prepare you unto blood. What the hell does that mean?
Psalms chapter 10 verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High.
That's the wicked. That's Esau, Edom. Malachi 1 and 4, beginning with the top banking families. Go ahead.
The Most High is not in all his thoughts.
That's it.
His ways are always grievous. Thy
But
judgments
his
are...
ways are always grievous. What's an example of that, bro? With this mask shit. That shit is grievous, man.
Oh, yeah. It says, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them.
Yeah, the main enemy puffing at is us. Because he got us, you know, he owns us. Like there's that video with the so-called black woman, she's crying because they took her children. Hello, we got news for you.
Yeah, that fucking pissed me off, man.
Yeah. That ain't your children.
Even when the needy speakers upright.
Yep.
Bankers own your children.
Well, I said that in the video.
Yeah, yeah.
I said she keeps saying that
That's
that's her
what-
child. That's not your child. That's the state's child. All you are owned by the state.
All of us.
They got papers on all of you.
That's it.
And what is that? Jeremiah 30. It tells you about the yoke. It's not talking about a physical yoke. It's talking about a paper yoke.
You know, you can deal with fantasy all you want to, but it's a different beast when you deal with reality. We're students of reality here.
In other words, our eyes are open up. Like Neil. You know?
It says, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity.
You still in those songs?
It says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud.
I got a quick precept. Ezekiel 35 and 10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine. Who's that talking about?
Two nations, Judah and Israel.
How you get around that? Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it. Whereas the Lord was dead.
America and Canaan. America, because Gad was over here, and the rest of the tribes. And then on the other side of the world, and Canada, that's part of Canaan too. And the original king. Esau's controlling both realms. So they're going to go down hard, man. They're going to go down hard.
Back in Psalms 10 and 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He's
Wait a minute. Captain Zariak should read that. Read that again, please.
His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
So he's telling you to take the jab because it's going to help you. They said it's what? His tongue is full of what?
Cursing, deceit, and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
Mischief, and so he's a liar.
Yeah.
Give me that in Micah 2. You know what I want.
Yeah, mischief. With that, let's go back to that face diaper, man. That shit is mischief. What else is it? It can't protect you from a full-blown virus, right? So it's mischief.
And this guy Zariak said he took the jab, so none of y'all be afraid. It ain't about being afraid. It's about this man's the devil. He ain't taking this guy's jab.
That's right.
So now this is what he got to do. He got to take a whole bunch of jabs. Because now you got to take these booster shots, and now you got to take pills.
Mischief.
Booster shot and pills.
Man, if you know, like this devil, right? He's doing all this mischief. He ain't satisfied. He wants to do more mischief because he gets off on it.
Oh yeah. They don't sleep unless they cause something to fall.
You got that in Micah?
Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Hold up. Is there a scripture where Esau did good? Please show me that, Captain Zariak. Could you read that again, please?
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Evil upon their bed. So somebody, Fauci and them, came up with an idea to jab people, and you as an Israelite, you woke up to the fact that you're an Israelite.
Right.
You woke up to the fact that you're an Israelite. You know what happened? Yohana got to you, man.
Yes,
so guess what? You ain't gonna make it, and Yohana ain't gonna make it, man.
That's it.
Sell out.
You guys are sellouts, man.
Captain sellout.
Hirelings.
When we see you, man.
You guys are fucking hirelings, man. Johanna's mind is, look, I know you ain't gonna make it, but I'm gonna enjoy myself on this side.
Right. Misery
Yeah,
loves
but
company.
misery loves company.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You're gonna be the last in the kingdom.
He's in that
I'm
wee
so
spirit.
glad that the Most High put the Spirit on me years ago to leave your camp, Johanna, and join this man's camp. That was the if I ever think, well, I don't think the Most High loved me, but at that moment, no, he showed me love because he separated me from you and joined this man here, Apostle Elatar,
And
many
look at
years
us,
ago.
and look at us now. We out here every week, man. Every week we out here. The winter is a couple of months away. We're gonna be out here, Lord willing. We'll be out here. This place is still here.
Yeah.
Now, what does Johanna do? When was the last time this guy went out on the highways and byways?
Shucking and jiving.
What, 10 years ago?
He was full of, look, brothers, I'm looking at you.
I'm looking at you.
He was full of shit back then. He's even more full of shit
Oh
now.
yeah, back when he was young, he didn't go out to the, I didn't know that. You would tell me.
Yeah.
That you would go down to his
Yep.
camp.
Yep. He wouldn't be there.
And he wouldn't even be there, man. I'm talking about when we were kids, man.
And in
In our 20s.
and Yahweh Shemi Shai put
So that show, you know what Peter said, 2 Peter 1 and 10. Everybody should know that by heart.
Oh, give diligence.
Give diligence to make that calling and election sure. Is Johanna giving diligence? Hell no.
Hell no.
Hey, was Comfy giving diligence? Hell no. Where's Comfy now? He's in the spirit realm.
Yeah.
Mosai took his ass out. He was young.
And that was my first year in the truth. And Yahweh Shemi Shai put the Spirit on me to see right through that guy, man. That's why, and then I did it, and then Barakatah Yahweh Shemi Shai, man. He put the Spirit on me to do it the right way. Because you had guys that were camp jumpers. In other words, they'd be in one camp and they didn't like the way they were disciplined. So instead of showing, instead of showing
There's
integrity,
a lot of folly going on. Guys jumping from camp to camp.
See this first camp.
what's that?
First ever camp we saw.
What's that?
YouTube. It's like Wada Yahweh Shah.
Uh-huh.
That's the first camp we ever saw.
Oh, well, that's your testimony. That's beautiful, brother. That's beautiful. Yeah, you had camp jumpers, cats that would be in a camp and they didn't like the way they were disciplined. Their feelings got hurt, so they went and joined another camp, but they wouldn't tell their previous camp. You can't do that. That's some nigga shit. The Lord put the Spirit on me to set up a meeting between both Apostle and Johanna. And in front of both of them, I asked Johanna, can I join Apostle Tah's camp? I didn't do the backdoor shit. And Apostle Johanna said yes. Then guess what? The week following, another dude wanted to join Apostle Tah's camp from Johanna's camp, and Johanna said no. So it was meant in the spirit for me to be with this man. And I've been with him ever since. We've been doing the ministry ever since.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And we love doing it, man. You know, you made a statement, brother. You made a statement the first time you came out there. You said, at least this will be the last time I see the prophets. But you're still here. Why? Because you're compelled.
Yes.
There's something in you that you gotta be here. That if you're not here, you're gonna miss something. You know you can watch it on the video the next day. But there's right. There you go. There you go. You
I
know?
understand that. Yeah.
Testimony.
And how many of y'all can just stand up for like 3 hours? It's hard to do, right? But we're standing. We're not. You know, I might be doing this shit because
The concrete dance.
You
You gotta do it.
You gotta do it, but we're standing.
Yeah.
We ain't giving out no chairs and nothing like that.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, what's up?
I was talking to the brother one day, and I said, you know, when we was out prophesying in the wintertime, I said, I was out doing wickedness when it was cold.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So I can't do it for the how about shit on
Exactly.
I was out in the rain doing it, it didn't matter then, right?
Give diligence to make that calling and election sure.
Testimony.
Right.
Come on, Apostle Roundup. You got one. Dig deep, brother.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Well, there you go. Perfect answer.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, because I don't know if I ever see y'all again or not, Lord willing I am. But it just goes to show the Most High that the Most High is perfect. Dealing with y'all, because he couldn't have chose better vessels to teach us his truth.
Well, that's the way I felt. Well, I'm saying that's the way I felt when I saw Apostle. And this man backed me up. When we saw him teach,
Yeah.
I mean, the way he taught was like, I can't put it into words. It was like, it just resonated with me.
Yeah.
That's why I when I saw it, because I joined the school about a year later. That's when I saw, when I knew about Elder Pastor. Because just
Look
the
at
way
it now.
he taught, and just the way he taught, man. Just
Testimony.
But see, you know what we used to do? We getting ready to close. You know what we used to do up in Connecticut? We used to have marathon. He always speaks about it.
marathon
We spoke about it. We used to have marathon classes.
Yeah.
We used to do the filming with Yasha, and Yasha fell off. We used to go to the school. We used to eat something about 9 o'clock at night
Yeah.
on like a Friday night, and we would finish. We would close up at like 5 in the morning.
Yep.
But we were younger. We were younger. You know.
Yeah, you would wait. You pop up right up the next day like nothing.
Oh, and then right later that day we would go out speaking.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, but now you can't do that shit, man. Testimony.
There's a scripture. I believe it's in. I'm almost positive it's in my second Ezra's, the 14th chapter. The point where the Most High put the Spirit on Ezra and men to. In other words, there was a spirit that was on him to keep writing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zabria was one of those men. Zabria.
If you can find it, I don't want to read the whole chapter, but go right to the point.
Second Ezra's report.
Right here, Second Ezra's
Got it.
14 and 39. Then opened I my mouth, and behold, he reached me a full cup.
Speak a little bit louder.
All right. Then opened I my mouth, and behold, he reached me a full cup, which was full of it, which was full, as it were, with water, but the color of it was like fire. And I took it and drank, and when I had drunk of it, my heart uttered understanding, and wisdom grew in my breast, for my spirit strengthened my memory, and my mouth was open and shut no more. The highest gave understanding unto the 5 men, and they wrote the wonderful visions of the night and that were told, which they knew not. And they sat 40 days, and they wrote in the day, and at night they ate bread. As for me, I spake in the day, and I held not my tongue by night. In 40 days they wrote 204 books. And it came to pass, when the 40 days were fulfilled, that the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written, publish openly, that the worthy and unworthy may read it. But keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people. For in them is the spring of understanding, and the fountain of wisdom, and the stream of knowledge, and I did so.
Yeah, so there's certain jakes that's only going to get so much. There's certain jakes that's the scriptures speak about 30-fold, 100-fold, 60-fold, and 30-fold.
Yep.
You're going to have guys, like I'll blot out a name, Yashawamba.
Oh yeah.
He got 100-fold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll say guys like us,
Yeah.
we got 100-fold. There's certain guys that only have 60-fold.
Yeah.
They doing the work, but they really ain't on fire like somebody that's on 100-fold fire, you know?
Yeah.
Then you got 60-fold, then you got the 30-fold. So you really can't get mad at a guy. Like if you're super diligent and you always doing videos, you can't curse a guy out and say, look, you should be doing 2 videos a day because I do that. That's the spirit that was put on you, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's
gift.
some guys that he might do a video maybe in a week. He might do 2 videos, decent videos.
Yeah.
You already know that man is 30-fold or 60-fold.
Right.
Okay?
I got a precept for you. Ephesians 2.
So there's levels to this thing, like anything else.
Yeah, levels. Yeah. Ephesians 2:8 and 9. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of the Heavenly Father, not of works, lest any man should boast.
Yep.
So there it is, man. We're not really supposed to boast against the next man, you know, because we're a body, you know. Hey, and the pinky finger might not do as much work as the rest of the fingers.
1 Corinthians 12.
Yeah, but it's still part of the body.
Yep.
The pinky finger.
And then there's an order. It tells you that in 1 Corinthians 12. Apostles, prophets, teachers, people that can interpret tongues, healers, helpers.
Yep.
A helper is a insignificant guy because he's not a teacher, but you might be in a jam oh, we got locked up,
Yeah, yeah.
and the brother, which he's a helper, he took out a bank loan to bail us out.
Right.
That was his job. You know?
The Apostle Paul said that the Lord have tempered the body to his liking. Tempered means balance, right? Just like in our body with balance. You eat too much of this, you get sick, you gotta eat the right, balanced diet. You've heard the term balanced diet. So it's the same thing with this ministry. It has to be balanced.
That's it. That's it. Anyway, with that, we out of here, man.
Shalom.
Shalom. Next week, Lord willing.
Lord's